Now when you calculate this one, you get 0.24 plus 0.14, which is 0.38. Okay. Next one. ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවා නම් අහන්න. theory තේරෙන්නේ නැත්නම් like I'll explain again. Oh. Next one, they're asking if a patient with disease X died, find the probability that the doctor has diagnosed disease X correctly. Again, probability of diagnosing the disease correctly given that the patient dies. We have to find this one. Again, here we are using Bayes' theorem. How do you do this? PD given X, no? So PD intersect X. No, not this one. P X given D, PD is Bayes' theorem. So we substitute here 0.3, 0.8 over Px we found, what was it? 0.38. So 0.24 over 0.38. Simplify this one, 24 over 338. If you further simplify, it's 12 over 19. Like this. Okay, that's one question. That's the first question. So the first question is of probability. Any questions you need to ask? Anything? No? I'll erase. Okay, second question. A discrete random variable X has the probability mass function shown in the table below. Find the value of K. Okay, so in the table, it has X and Px. So minus 1, 0, 1, 2, and 3. Probabilities are 0.25, 0.125, K, 0.3, and 0.125. Okay, now we have to find the value of K. Value of K, how do we find it here? We know that the total probability is 1. Okay, total probability is 1. So we have to add the probabilities. So 1 equals when Px equals minus 1 plus Px equals 0 plus Px equals 1 plus Px equals 2 plus Px equals 3. Occur probabilities to get 1 not. That is the theory, no? So 1 equals 0.25, 0.125, K, 0.3, 0.125. So 1 equals 0.125, 0.125, you get 0.25, 0.25, 0.25, you get 0.5, 0.8 plus K. So K equals 1 minus 0.8, which is 0.2. That is the value of K. Okay. Then find the value of Ex. Ex is a formula like Ex equals sigma xpx. So xpx, maybe multiply करेंगे so minus 1 into 0.25 plus 0 into 0.125 plus 1 into k. K is 0.2, no? So 1 into 0.2, I'll write here as 0.2. Plus 2 into 0.3 plus 3 into 0.125. So once you simplify these, you get the answer 0.925. You can use the calculator also, just simplify these. Then next one is find the value of Vx. Okay, I'll write here Ex equals 0.925. Vx formula, Vx means variance x formula is E x squared minus Ex whole thing squared. First of all, we know Ex, but we don't know Ex squared. So how do you find Ex squared? Ex squared we can find now in the previous method Ex, how we found was sigma x into Px. So Ex squared we find sigma x squared Px. Okay, sigma x squared Px. So minus 1 squared multiplied by 0.25 plus 0 squared multiplied by 0.125 plus 1 squared multiplied by 0.2 plus 2 squared multiplied by 0.3 plus 3 squared multiplied by 0.125. Okay, so once you solve these ones, Ex squared you have 2.775. Okay, this is the value you get for Ex squared. Now we will find Vx. Vx is sigma Ex squared. We found that 2.775 minus Ex is 0.925 square. So once you simplify this one, use the calculators. Once you simplify this one, you get 1.9194. This is the answer. Okay. Next one. Fourth one. Find the value of V 2x minus 3. Now we know the theory. If we have something like this, Vax plus V, the one with the x term, we take the constant out and square it. A squared Vx. Vx will ignore it. Okay. So A squared Vx is equal to Vax plus V. Similarly here, V 2x minus 3, we ignore the 3. Take the constant in front of x and square it. So 4 Vx. 4 into 1.9194. You get 7.6775. This is the answer you get. I hope it's clear. Make it anything which is unclear, or you got the point? Okay. We'll do the B part. A website receives hit at a rate of 300 per hour. State a distribution that is suitable to model the number of hits obtained during 1 minute interval. Okay, now in the statement it says 300 hits per hour. Mwakari rate එක තියෙනවා නම් distribution එක, like for a time interval, rate or a time interval, that is definitely Poisson distribution. Okay, so Poisson distribution is the one which we use here. And state 2 reasons for your answer to part A. Reasons by first one, events are independent of each other. Next one, occurs average rate is constant. 300 per hour, not a variable. So average rate is constant, 1 point. Another point is events are independent. Third one, they're asking find the probability of receiving 10 hits in a given minute. Now they have given for hour. So 300 hits for 1 hour. 1 hour means 60 minutes, no? Therefore, for 1 minute, 300 divided by 60, which is 5. So 5 hits per 1 minute. Find the probability of receiving 10 hits in a given minute. Now here the lambda is the rate, which is 5 hits. Lambda is 5. Okay, not 300. 300 is for 1 hour. No? Here they are asking for minutes. So 5 is the lambda. The Poisson distribution equation is e to the power minus lambda, lambda to the power x over x factorial. Okay. Now we have to find P x equals 10. They ask you find the probability of receiving 10 hits now. So we have to find P x equals 10. That is e to the power minus 5 multiplied by 10. 5 to the power 10 over 10 factorial. This is what you have to find. The answer is 0.018 once you solve this one. Okay. Use the calculators again. And the next one, find the probability of receiving at least 5 hits in 2 minutes. Okay. Now they have changed the minute. For the first one, it says 1 minute. No? Here for 2 minutes. Therefore, lambda changes. Now the lambda is, for 1 minute, it was 5 lambda. For 2 minutes, the lambda is 10. Okay. Find the probability of receiving at least 5 hits. That means the probability should be, it should be greater than or equal 5. This is the probability. No? So how do you solve this one? Now, rather than finding the entire thing like this, we can write the same thing as 1 minus Px equals 0, Px equals 1, Px equals 2, Px equals 3, Px equals 4. We can do this one. Because we know that the sum of all the possibilities is 1. From 1, if we deduct this set, we will get the desired possibility. So we will substitute values for here. Now this is a huge calculation. We will do Px equals 0, which is e to the power minus 10, 10 to the power 0 over 0 factorial. Px equals 1 is e to the power minus 10, 10 to the power 1 into 1 factorial. Then Px equals 2, e to the power minus 10, 10 to the power 2 over 2 factorial. Px equals 3, e to the power minus 10, 10 to the power 3 over 3 factorial. Px equals 4, e to the power minus 10, 10 to the power 4 over 4 factorial. The values are 4 into 10 to the power minus 4, 3, 0.0023, 0.0076, 0.0183. Just check whether these answers are correct, okay? These answers I got from myself, but it can be wrong, okay? Okay, now we have to add this and subtract the summation by 1. So when you add everything, you get 0.028. 0.028. So we have to subtract that one from 1. Then you get 0.972. That's the answer you get. Okay. Anything which is unclear? Anything you need to ask? Okay. Next one. There's actually a much simpler method to do this. I don't know whether this one will be correct because I just thought of this. They're asking find the probability of receiving at least 5 hits in 10 minutes. No? That is what we have to find is Px x greater than or equal 5. No? We can use the z tables. So what we can do here is x minus nu, we convert this x into a z-score. X minus nu over standard deviation greater than or equal 5 minus nu over standard deviation. So in Poisson, nu and variance are equal to lambda. Okay, so nu is 10, variance is 10. So here standard deviation is square root of 10, which is 3.162. We can use this one here. So P z greater than or equal 5 minus 10 divided by 3.162. P z greater than or equal, so 5 minus 10 divided by 3.162. Get minus 1.58. 1, 2. This is the answer you get. Okay. So if we draw this in a bell-shaped graph, okay, here it's 0. Here is the minus 1.5812. So you should be greater than, so this part we have to calculate. Now if you have seen the z tables, there are no negative values. So how you get this values for this one is we invert the graph, which is 1.5812 වලට අපි area එක හොයනවා. So 1.5812, I think the value is 0.9429 z greater than 9429 and 0.925. Is that the answer we got? Yes, but 0.9 gonna tell us here. We can solve it in this method also, because in the question you see the space is too small for that huge calculation. So we have to use another method, because and they only give 4 marks or other calculations karada 4 marks and the space is too small. I don't think that this method is, I think, the correct one. Okay, next one. So x value එක අපි z value එකකට convert කරගෙන ඒකේ possibility ගහනවා tables වලින්. Okay. Next one, the website will go down if there are more than 70 hits in 10 minutes. Using a suitable approximation, find the probability that the website will go down in a particular 10-minute interval. Okay. The website will go down if there are more than 70 hits in 10 minutes. Now again, lambda changes. For 1 minute, lambda was 5. Now for 10 minutes, lambda is 50. Okay, and the probability they are asking is probability of x are more than 70, no? Greater than 70. This is what they are asking. So again, we can convert x value to a z value, t x minus u over standard deviation 70 minus mu over standard deviation. Now mu and standard deviation, now in Poisson lambda equals nu equals variance. So nu is 50, standard deviation is 50 square root. So 50 of square root is 7.07. 7.07. So here PZ greater than 70 minus 50 over 7.07. PZ greater than 20 over 7.07. So you get PZ greater than, once you solve this one, you get 2.83. Now Z should be greater than 2.83. So if this is 0 and this is 2.83, they are asking about this area. So Z should be greater than 2.83. And now in the distribution, I hope you can see, here they are giving the probabilities to this side, may side. So to find this part, we know the entire probability is 1. 1 minus may පැත්තියෙන් ටික අඩු කරාම මේ ටික හම් වෙනවා. So that's the concept. So here you get 1 minus p c less than 2.83, which is 1 minus 2.83 and 99767. 0.99767. So once you simplify this one, you get something close to 0.0023. Okay. Okay, question 2 is done. The entire question was on Poisson distribution. We'll move to the next one. Any questions before we are moving? Like you want to all of them? Okay. Next one. An urn contains 3 red balls. Mohan, ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවද? ප්‍රශ්න නැහැ. 3 red balls and 2 blue balls. A ball is drawn at random. If the ball is red, it is kept out of the urn and a second. Okay. So make a draws දෙකක් යනවා. First red, blue, and here red, blue, red. So taking a red ball is 3 over 5 here. Here 2 over 5. Okay. If the ball is red, it is kept out of the urn. Again, then red ball එළියට දැම්මම red දෙකයි තියෙන්නේ, blue දෙකයි තියෙන්නේ. and the second ball is drawn at random from the earth. So probability of getting red is half, probability of getting blue is also half. Okay. And the next one, if the ball is blue, this side, then it is put back in the urn and a red ball is added to the urn. That means now number of red balls are 4, blue it's 2. Then the second ball is drawn at random from the urn. So here 4/6, 2/6. Okay, those are the probabilities. If x is the random variable, the number of blue balls drawn. Find the probability distribution of x by showing the calculations. Okay, we have to show the probability distribution. So what are the cases? Blue බෝලයක් ගන්න පුළුවන් cases තුනක් තියෙනවා. එකක් තමයි x equals 0. ඒ කියන්නේ කිසිම නිල් පාට බෝලයක් ගන්න බෑ අපිට. එන්නේ නැහැ. Next one, you get only one blue ball. Next one, both of the balls are blue. Like this. So what are the probabilities? When x is 0, that means no blue balls are taken, which is all the balls should be red. So this probability is what they are talking. So 3/5 into 1/2, which is 3/10. Okay. Then x equals 1. That is this probability and this probability. Only one blue ball is there. So 3/5 into 1/2 plus 2/5 into 2/3. So once you simplify this one, you get 17/30. Okay. And next one, x equals 2, which is this probability. 2/5 into 1/3, which is 2/50. Okay. See, these are the probabilities you get. So we can demonstrate this in a table. They're asking for the probability distribution. So what we can do is x, px, 0, 1, 2. And for 0, probability is 3/10. For 1, it's 17/30. Other one is 2/50. Make us සුළු කරලා values ලියන්න පුළුවන්. Okay? And then they are asking find the expected number of blue balls. That is what you call mean or expectation. So EX is calculated by sigma xpx. X into px. So 0 into 3/10, nothing. 1 into 17/30 plus 2 into 2/15, which is 4/50. Once you solve this one, give me a second. Okay. So once you solve this one, you get 17 plus 8/30. 25/30, which is 5/6. Okay. Next one, they ask in the variance. So for variance, we know the formula sigma ex squared minus sigma ex whole thing squared. Okay. So how you do this one? First of all, find sigma ex squared. Sigma ex squared we find by sigma x squared px. Okay. So 0 squared is 0 multiplied by 3 over 10 is again 0. 1 squared is 1. 1 into 17 over 30. Plus 2 squared is 4. 4 into 2 over 15 is 8 over 15. So 17 plus 16 over 30. 33 over 30, which is 1.1. Okay. And then we can find the variance. Vx is 1.1 minus 5 over 6 square. So once you solve this one, you get an answer 0.4056 something. Okay. Then next question. Oh no, they are asking standard deviation. So standard deviation is square root of px, which is square root of 0.4. I'll approximate it 41. So the answer is 0.64. That's the answer. Okay, no? Any questions? That's it. That is how you convert into a probability distribution. Okay, next question we'll go. Okay. B part. A test consists of 18 multiple choice questions. For each question, there are 4 possible answers with only one correct answer. Kamal did not study well for this test, so he decides to choose the answer to each question randomly. Using the appropriate distribution, answer the following question. Okay, so now we have to figure out what is the distribution here. Now, this one is easy because there are multiple trials and there are only 2 possible outcomes, correct answer, wrong answer. So the distribution is binomial distribution. It can't be Bernoulli. Bernoulli is if only one trial is there. Now here there are 18 multiple choice questions. So n times the Bernoulli trials is binomial distribution. So we will be using binomial distribution method here. So they are asking what is the probability that he gets no correct answer. First of all, we write the formula. Px equals n Px equals k equals nck p to the power k 1 minus p to the power n minus k. Okay, k is the number here. That means if they are asking for the 10th question, 10 correct answers or like that, so k should be 10. Okay, n is the total number of questions, which is 18. P is the probability of success. 1 minus p is the probability of failure. Okay. What is the probability that he gets no correct answers? That is when k equals 0. So p x equals 0, you get 18c0 probability of getting the correct answer. Now there are 4 answers. Only one is correct. Others are wrong. So getting the correct answer, the probability is 1 over 4. Getting a wrong answer is 3 over 4. Okay, so 1 over 4 to the power 0, 3 over 4 to the power 18. So the answer is 3 over 4 to the power 18. Churukalagan answer. I don't have it. I have 5, 6.10 to the power minus 1. Is the answer. I got. I don't know whether this is correct or not. Okay, and then they're asking what is the probability that he gets 3 correct answers. That is when x equals 3. That is 18C3, 1 over 4 to the power 3, 3 over 4 to the power 18 minus 3 is 50. So once you solve this one, you get an answer 0.17. Okay. May answers valid here. What is next one? What is the most likely number of correct answers that he gets right? So in this question, they're asking the mean. So in binomial distribution, mean is NP. So N is 18, P is 1 over 4. So the answer you get by solving this one is 4 point something. So we round it off. Now the questions, they can't be decimals now. If we have 4.6, that means we should go for 4, not 5. We can't round it off to the biggest value because question again so if we have a value like 4.6, I think definitely the value is something like that. Let me check. 18 divided by 4 is 4.5. Okay, so 4 questions and a half. 4 questions and a half. But that half doesn't mean the 5th question. Okay, it's still the 4th one. Okay, so the most likely the number of questions that he'll get correct is 4. Out of 18 questions, he'll get 4 questions correct. Okay. And the next one, students who get more than half the answers correct pass this test. What is the probability that Kamal passes? Okay. So to pass, at least half of the questions they should get correct. Which is now 18 questions are there. Half of it is 9 questions. So more than 9 questions they should get correct answers. So the probability should be x greater than or equal 9. That is the greater than 9. So how can we do the probability? We can convert this into a what do you call z value. Okay, so x minus mu over standard deviation greater than 9 minus mu over standard. So in binomial distribution, mu is np. Variance is np into 1 minus p. Okay. So if you calculate these values, n is 18, p is 1 over 4. You get 4.5, and then here sigma squared is 18 into 104 into 304, which is once you solve this one, 3.375. So standard deviation is the square root of this one. So square root of 3.375 is 1.84. I don't know whether these values are correct, okay? So we substitute values here. P is z greater than 9 minus 4.5 divided by 1.84. P z greater than, value you get is 2.45. Okay, so if we draw the bell-shaped graph, here 0, here 2.45, z should be greater than 2.45. So this area. So how you calculate this one is 1 minus pz less than 2.45. The area under the whole graph is 1. So what if you from that one, if you deduct this area, you get this area. That's the concept. And even in the z tables, the area is always given to the left side. Values 0. So if you want to find this one, this is the method. So 1 minus z less than 2.45 is 0.9929. So you get the value 0.0071. Okay, this is the value you get. That is the probability that he will pass. Next one, after the test, Kamal reckoned that if he had done a little revision, there were 4 questions which he would definitely have got correct answers, and that he would have been able to eliminate one of the wrong answers in each of the other 14 questions before randomly guessing his answer. So that with a little revision, his chances of passing would have been increased by a factor of more than 50. Okay. Now there is a scenario here. Now in this question, he says that 4 questions he'll definitely get correct answers. Rest of the 14 questions, okay. And now he has a little trick. From this trick, now 1 correct answer and 3 wrong answers. Now, from his trick, he can identify 1 wrong answer. So the probability of getting a correct answer changes, which is 1/3. Probability of getting a wrong answer is 2/3. Okay, that is what it says here. Now, now to pass, one should get 9 questions, more than 9 questions correct. Now he has already have 4 questions correct. Now what he have to do is he have to get 5 more questions correct to get 9. So we have to find the probability of x greater than, this shouldn't be x, we'll do y, greater than 5, because this is a different distribution. No, same distribution, binomial, but a different case scenario. So py greater than 5. Then what we have to do, we have to convert this into a z value, y minus mu over standard deviation greater than 5 minus mu over standard deviation. Now here the nu and standard deviation values change because the probability is changed. So nu is np. Now n is not 18, 14. 14 questions වලට තමයි මේක apply වෙන්නේ මේ scenario එක. So 14 into P is probability of success 1/3. You get the value 4.67. Then for variance NP1 minus P, which is 14 1/3 2/3, which you get the value 3.11. So therefore, standard deviation is square root of 3.11. You get 1.76. Okay. Now substitute those values here. P z greater than 5 minus 4.67 divided by 1.76. Okay. Pz greater than the value here you get is 0.1875. I don't know whether this is correct. Hold on, I'll calculate. 5 minus 4.67 divided by 1.76. Yeah, 0.1875. So again, we'll draw the bell-shaped graph. Here 0, here 0.1875. So you have to calculate this area. To calculate this area, we have to write 1 minus P is Z less than 0.1875, which is 1 minus 0.5753. Ultimately, you get the answer 0.4247. Okay, 0.4247. Yeah. Now they are asking the factor, no? How the factor increase now. Previously, the probability of him passing was 0.0071. Now the probability is 0.4247. So what is how to find the factor? 0.4247 divided by 0.0071. So if we do this one, 0.4247, you get 59.81. More than 50. The factor is increased by more than 50. We can write here more than 50. That's the answer. Any questions? Maybe not. Okay. The last question, justify the suitability of the selected distribution to calculate the above probabilities. Again, make features on it. So you can write each probability has two outcomes, correct answer or wrong answer. And the next one is fixed number of trials, that is 18 questions. And the trials are independent. They don't depend on each other. So those are the characteristics of binomial distribution. Okay, finally the last one, last question. In question 4, you can't solve you can't solve 1 and 2 from the A part. 1 to you can't solve the entire A part because it's continuous probability, and for continuous probability you have to use integration. So you guys don't know that one. So we'll skip that part. Anika, madam, integration in 9 here. So No point of doing it. Next one we'll do. An airline operates a baggage weight allowance of 25 kg per passenger. It's 25 kg per passenger. Check-in records show that the actual weight W kilograms of a randomly chosen passenger's baggage can reasonably be assumed to be normally distributed with mean 24 and variance 1. Okay, straightforward question. Mean is 24 and variance is 1. Find PW greater than 25. Okay, convert into Z value. W minus nu over standard deviation. Here standard deviation is also 1. Greater than 25 minus 24 over 1. So P Z greater than 1. 0, here 1. So 1 minus PZ less than 1. 1 minus Z. 1 value is 0.8413. So the final value is 0.1587. This is the answer. Okay. And then second one, the passenger with baggage weighing more than 25 kilograms is charged 5,000 for each kilogram. Okay. So if the weight is more than 25 kilograms, if the weight is more than 25 kilograms, it is charged 5,000 for each kilogram, by which the weight of his or her baggage exceeds 25 kilograms. Extra 5,000 charge करना. All fractions of a kilogram being rounded up to the next whole number. What does that mean? By which weight of his or her baggage exceeds 25 kilograms, all fractions of a kilogram being rounded up to the next whole number. කියන්නේ අපි හිතමු they have K and K should be 25 plus K and 25 plus K minus 1. We'll talk about this condition later because they'll use the condition in the sum. They are asking if C denotes the excess baggage charge in 1,000 rupees for a randomly chosen passenger, find the probabilities. Okay. This one we'll do. Now, the normal weight is W. W is the person's carriage luggage weight. Okay, and then how to get the excess luggage? Excess weight is from the weight you have, deduct 25 kilograms. Then you get the excess weight. Now the charge for this one is for each excess weight we are charging 5,000 rupees. Okay. Now it's saying that if C denotes the excess package charging 1,000 rupees. Again, අපිට මේක ලියන්න පුළුවන් K equals 5 W minus 25. K, sorry, C. Did you understand this part? Sarah. Sure. What I didn't know. Okay. Sarah के लिए तो. Okay. 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 If C denotes, we have to find PC equals 0. That is, now C equals 0 means substitute these values. 5W minus 25 equals 0. So W equals 25. Okay. So what this saying is the luggage value is probability of the luggage weight should be 25 or less than 25. So probability of the value is like this. So how do you solve this one? Did you solve this one earlier? Earlier we solved P W greater than 25. No? That value is 0.1587. So this value is 1 minus 0.1587, which is 0.8413. Calling prospect. B part first question. Okay. And the next one is PC equals 5. C equals 5. C means 5W minus 25 equals 5. 5 to 5 gets cancelled. W minus 25 is 1. W equals 26. Okay, now the weight is 26. That is, we have to find the probability of weight between 26 and 25. Why? Because in the question it says, on the first part, I said all fractions of a kilogram be rounded up to the next whole number. Okay. So in that scenario, we have to consider this one. 20. If W equals 26, it should be between 25 and 26. That's the probability. Then we have to calculate Z value. See. Okay, so the new is 24, SD is 1, so 25 minus 24 over 1, W 26 minus 24 over 1. P should be 1, the W should be between 1 and 2. So when you solve this one, if we draw the bell-shaped graph, okay, 0 is here, 1 is here, 2 is here. So W should be in between them now. So how you solve this one is P Z equals B C equals 2 minus P Z equals 1. When you substitute the values, you get the probability of here is 0.1359. Okay. Next one, they ask me C equals 10. Again substitution. C equals 10. So the C expression is 5W minus 25 equals 10. Cancel 2 remaining. W minus 25 equals 2. W equals 25 goes to the other side, so 27. So W should be in between 26 and 27. So convert these into Z values. 26 minus 24 over 1. W, not W, Z. 27 minus 24 over 1. So the probability is between 2 and 3. Same method, P Z equals 3 minus P Z equals 2. Answer is 0.0215. Okay. You get or Did you get this one? Okay. Last question they are asking, not last question. Next one, given that PC equals 15, is 0.0013. And that PC greater than 15 is negligible. Find EC and VASI. Okay. So we have to take the distributions here. X and Px. When x equals 0, x equals 5, x equals 10, x equals 15. We know the values. What are the values? Know the values. When c equals 0, it's 0.8413. When c is 5, 0.1359. When c equals 10, 0.0215. And here 0.0013. Okay. And now we have to find EC is sigma xpx. Okay. 0 into this one, 5 into this one. Okay, 0 into this one is 0. So 5 into 0.1359 plus 10 into 0.0215 plus 15 into 0.0013. Answer is 0.914. Okay. And then VASI, for VASI you have to find EC squared first. That is sigma x squared px. which is 25 into 0.1359 plus 100 into 0.0215 plus 15 into 15 is 225 into 0.013. 0.01. Okay. So the values are 5.84. Then we calculate the VASI is sigma EX squared minus EX whole thing squared. So 5.84 minus EX is 0.914 square. So the final answer you get is 5.005. Last C part for that question. Assume that 100,000 passengers independently fly with this airline in a year. Write down the mean and variance of CT. Okay, so the previous mean and variance was the values we calculated, EC and VC square root. What did you get? EC was 0.914. Other one was 5.005 square root. One. Now this is for one passenger. Now there are 100,000 passengers. So we have to multiply each of these values by 100,000. So the new mean and variance are, when you multiply this one, you get these values. Okay, and then the total excess baggage cost paid to the airline in a year. Use a normal approximation to find the value of CT which is exceeded with probability 0.05. Okay. Now what we have to find is, now from the sentence, the total, write down the mean and variance of CT, the total excess baggage cost paid to the airline in a year. Use a normal approximation to find the value of CT which is exceeded with probability 0.04. That means P CT greater than C equals 0.05. Okay. මේ new value එක වැඩි C වඩා, the probability is 0.05. And now we have to convert this into the what you call Z method. So P CT minus nu T over sigma T greater than C minus nu T 0.05. Okay. Now here Z greater than, what we have to find is C value here. We know nu T, which is what's the value? 91,400. And the standard deviation is, we know VASI, that is this one was 500,500. So sigma t is square root of this one, which is 707.46. So you apply that here, equals 0.05. Now 0.05 volt value එකක් නැහැ z table එකේ. So 1 minus 0.05 is the value you get for c minus 91,400 over 707.46. Then මෙතන value එකක් නැහැ කියන්නේ මේක අනිත් පැත්ත හැරෙනවා. z greater than, if we consider this one, greater than is this side now, so we can't do that side now. So 1 minus this value is the probability you get. Okay, that's why I said negative value and negative. Okay, don't misunderstand. So once you solve this one, you get 0.95 equals c minus 91,400 over 707.46. You simplify this one, you get sorry, 0.95 වල probability එක තමයි මෙතන ගන්න. So in the table 0.95 says point how do I explain this one? So make an anti-log වගේ. If you know logarithm and anti-log එක කරන්නේ තියෙන value එක මේ table එක ඇතුලේ හොයන්නේ. So 0.95 you have to find it from the table. මේ ටිකෙන් නෙමෙයි ඇතුලේ තියෙන values වලින්. Okay, so when you find that value should be 1.65. Okay, so it's like this. දැන් මෙතෙන්ට එනකන් සුළු කරන් ආවනේ. Okay, what yeah anti-log බලනවා වගේ. Yeah, so p z greater than this one is 0.05. දැන් මේක අපිට ගන්න බෑ because here's අපිට මේක c කියලා z greater than, that is this value, so we can't take it like this. We have to always get to the left side of the graph, that is this side. So how you can calculate that one is 1 minus p z less than this. I'll take this entire thing as k. Okay, k equals 0.05. So pz less than k equals 0.95. අපි දැන් මේකේ value එක දානවා 0.95 ගේ value එක දානවා. So we go to the table and check. Now make a reverse thinking. Okay, reverse psychology වගේ තමයි. Now if we have something like this, if we have z less than 2.3, we have to find something now. For 2.3 we are going from this what you call the headers. Okay, 2.3 we find the value, it's 0.9893. Now we don't know this value, but we know this value. This value is inside the table. Okay, so 0.95 is inside the table. So we have to find 0.95, which is 1.65. Okay. So 1.65 is K. Now solve it. 1.65 equals K is C minus 91,400 divided by 707.46. So C equals, once you simplify this entire thing, 92,567 is the answer. That is the excess weight, I think. Okay. Last question we'll do. Did you get this one? Shalita. Okay. Next one, exact into boxes of 500. On average, 0.7% of the exact found to be broken when the exact unpacked using a Poisson approximation. Using the Poisson approximation, find correct to two significant figures the probability that in a box of 500x at least two are broken. So it is like this. P x at least two are broken. That is p x greater than or equal to. Now for Poisson, what's the equation? E to the power minus lambda to the power x over x factorial. Now we have to find lambda. Lambda is mean or the average. So average, how we can calculate? Now there are 500 boxes. On average, 0.7% of the eggs are found to be broken. So this is multiplied by 0.7%. So when you calculate this one, it should be 3.5. Okay, this is the lambda value. Now x should be greater than 2, greater than or equal to. This we can write by 1 minus px equals 0 and px equals 1. Okay, so okay, I think the connection went off. I hope you can hear me. Then 0 factorial plus e to the power minus 3.5 multiplied by 3.5 to the power 1 over 1 factorial. So once you solve these ones, you get 0.86. This is the value. Okay, that's it. We did the whole paper. Any questions? Anything you need to clarify? Anything you didn't understand? Okay, anything you need to clarify? Anything you need to ask? I'll do a couple of other papers as well. No, I'll definitely. Did someone record actually? I didn't know that.
අයියෝ සොනාලි මම අන්තිම මංගත නාවගේ
Salita has recorded.
මාර
Okay, that's it. ඊළඟ පේපර් එක මම ස්ටැටිස්ටික්ස් ලුයි තව අර පොඩි පාර්ට් එකක් කවර් කරන්න තියෙනවා. ඒ ලාස්ට් පාර්ට් එක. ඒක කවර් කරන්න. questions නැනේ?
මම ආයේ බලලා questions අහන්න.
Shut up. දාලා.
අන්නේ මම්මනාගට එවර ගොඩක් කැවිට
විජිගේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද? විසුම් දැනවේ අයිලගේ මවන් මෙච්චරලා දැක්කම විජිගේ ප්‍රශ්න තියෙනවද නෑනේ විජින් ඉදි නෑනේ ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එක කිව්වේ නෑ මේ MCQ එන්නේ නෑ කිව්වා ප්‍රශ්න සතරක් එනවා කිව්වා ස්ට්‍රක්චර් ලයික් මේ දැන් දුන්න පේපරේ වගේ ඒකයි මම මේ පේපර් එක තෝරගත්තේ මොකද MCQ එන්නේ නැහැ කිව්වේ ස්ට්‍රක්චර් එකක් කිව්වේ නෑ definitely distribution වලින් එනවාමයි probability එනවාමයි stat එකෙන් තේයි any other questions nane okay coming okay bye